Hey team, welcome back. Thank you for being here on the channel. I just want to say good afternoon to everyone who is joining. I'm your host, Coach Willena McGee, and today I am so super excited to sit down with Ben. He is the founder of Bridgewell Services. Ben has recently launched his transportation company in Seattle, Washington. And we're going to talk to him about what it took to get started, the challenges he faced, and the lessons he's learned along the way. Ben, welcome to the show. I'm so excited that you're here. And I know your time is limited because you got rides.
Hello, hello, Coach. I'm happy to be here.
Good. I'm glad you're here. So, Ben, can
Yeah.
you tell me a little bit, share when you first began working on your transportation company and what inspired you to start?
So I started working on the company, like building from the very start was in January this year. And what got me started was I was an Uber driver. And every now and then I was meeting passengers that used wheelchairs. And it was a challenge for me driving a little car for Uber with no wheelchair access. But then in my head, I'm like, I think there is a market for wheelchair transportation. So I did some research, and yes, there is a huge market for it. So I started to look around, and I'm like, so how do I start? I didn't know anything about building a company, uh, or building a website and all that. And then I found a coach, which was very good, and that's how I got here.
That's right. And I think
Mhm.
you were actually a referral from one of the individuals who had what is his name? It's in my head. I see him in my face. But
Yeah.
he had talked to me before, and but he decided to do landscaping, and so you reached out to me through him. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes. Yeah, I can speak on that a little bit. So when I started looking around into what I needed to start, the first thing that came to my mind was like, oh, I need a vehicle. Because keep in mind, I'm an Uber driver, and I'm like, okay, I need a vehicle right now. That's what I was thinking in my head. So I go on Facebook Marketplace to look for vehicles with wheelchair, and I found a guy down in Oregon, the state next to us south, and he was selling his business, transportation business, and he had one vehicle. Um, and then I opened up a communication with him, and he was asking me questions like, "Do you know how to do this? Have you been doing it?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just getting into it, and I'm starting. I don't even know where to start." He was like, "You need the coaching. I'll get you in touch with a good coach," and that was Willena.
That was awesome. And I remember when you called me, it was like right on the verge of like there was a whole bunch of people that like weren't serious. And I was like, I'm not sure if he's serious. And I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know. And but you persisted. And the next thing I knew, I was like, okay, he's serious. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Yes, yes. I was ready as a coach put me in.
I was so, and I tell you, you have been an inspiration to me
Yeah.
because you have been so diligent and you have been so steadfast in making sure that you have attended all your appointments, you got there. But before we get into that, because I'm moving ahead, I'm just so proud of you for everything you've been
Well,
accomplishing.
thank you for pushing me. You did a good job as a coach.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about because we know you said your background is in a, as an Uber driver. What did the
Yeah.
initial investment look like when getting started?
Oh, um, the initial investment. First of all, I would say this: don't do it without proper guidance. You need a coach. That's for sure. People will tell you, you don't need to spend money hiring somebody to show you. That's not true. So the first investment really is a coach, somebody to mentor you, to show you what to do exactly. It may seem like you are wasting money, but you are not really wasting money. You are investing in yourself, in knowing, like you are buying a map to get you to where you want to go. That's the first investment. And the second one, of course, yeah, you need to invest in a vehicle, and it's not an easy thing to come up with the capital, the funds to buy a vehicle up front, but you need the vehicle. And for me, if I'm talking numbers, it went up to around 60,000.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
it was,
I had an issue with the vehicle. I think I told you about it. We can talk about it if you want. Yeah, but it did bite me a little bit. Yeah.
oh, I tell everybody, you are the reason why I have everyone go to the because I tell everybody all the time how I told you go ahead and make sure you get the maintenance inspected, and you did that. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, great. And then can you share what happened?
Okay, so I try to cut corners. My bad. So I'm trying to save money on the vehicle, right? And because this is the first car I'm buying for this work, and I'm thinking, as long as you have a ramp and the car that moves, you are good to go. I was wrong, because so I bought this car from Facebook Marketplace, right? And it was very nice, good looking, uh, very great mechanical condition, with a ramp for the wheelchair. But what I didn't know, it was not for commercial use, and maybe it wasn't even ADA approved. And I didn't know all this. But the car was, at a good price I could afford, and I'm trying to save money. As starting up something, it's like the car was only $20,000, and I'm like, okay, so my budget initially was like 45. I'm getting a car for 20. Oh, praise Jesus, right? But I got myself in trouble for doing that. And clearly it wasn't Jesus doing doing it. I was just getting ahead of myself, right? And turns out the ramp on that vehicle could not be used to transport people, more than one person. It was like custom made for one person to fit in their car and go, right? And now here I am. I have to get somebody that, different weights, different sizes, and all that stuff, and this car could not do it at all. So now I'm back to the drawing board, and I have to look for better car now, and they are pricey. Um, like for me, there is a good company. I think it's everywhere in America. It's called Mobility Works.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I got in there, and I'm like, guys, you have to help me. I need a car, and I need it like yesterday. And the guy was like, you are in the right place. We're going to help you. What's your budget? And I'm like, can you get me anything below 40,000? And it's like, that's not going to be possible, but we will try. So he goes into his computer, looks around in the entire system in the country, and he found only one car, only one vehicle down in Arizona, and it was $42,000. And I'm like, okay, but can you take my car, the one I came here driving? He's like, I need to take a look. They checked it out that day, and um, he was like, "Yeah, we can take it, um, but we can't pay as much as you paid for it." And I made a loss for $5,000 on that car. But I was like, okay, as long as I'm getting something that's gonna work for me, this is okay. So they took it in, um, and asked me to pay down payment, which was $500, until the car was brought to Washington. And as they were clearing the car to get it off the market, somebody else was paying for the same car. So yeah, that same day they were like, "Oh my God, you were so lucky. You came in like on time." Um, and then I got the car. So praise Jesus in the end, right?
Amen. Amen. I know, like when you told me that, like my heart dropped. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, didn't you get it looked at by a mechanic? And you were like, yes, you told me to go get it looked by a mechanic and he cleared everything. And then it just like clicked in my head. I was like, but I didn't say to make sure that it was ADA certified.
Yeah,
So I felt so horrible and I was praying, like I was truly praying. I was like, Father, please
yeah,
help. Because when you showed me the vehicle, I was like, oh, great. Yes. We are in it. And I was like,
hmm,
this looks fabulous. So
yeah,
I know for me, after that, I said, every single client that I have had since then, I send them directly to Mobility Works or Brown Ability
hmm,
if they're in their area. But most of the time,
hmm,
like Mobility Works or a Model One, a company that specializes in wheelchair vehicles. And I tell them,
hmm,
I don't want you all to pay attention to the prices. What I want you to focus in is on the specs. Make sure that you understand what ADA compliancy is, and that
hmm,
has saved many of my clients. So I want to tell you, even though it costs you a few $1,000s, you're definitely
hmm.
the inspiration to me for making sure that going forward, everyone that I coach, that we have that conversation about how important ADA compliancy is with that vehicle.
Yeah, yeah,
And so
yeah.
I know we got time, but let's talk about did you have any sacrifices or tough decisions that you had to make early on?
Yeah. Um, the sacrifice. One of the sacrifices that I had to make was um, even just the idea of getting a coach and paying them. For me at that point was huge. Was a very huge sacrifice, right? and uh, and I'm sitting there like I could use this money for something else, to get me started, and it could go on a vehicle or a second vehicle or something, but then I'm sacrificing it and paying it. I'm paying it to a coach, um, and it was the right thing. So that was the right sacrifice. Then um, building a company is not easy. Building a business is not easy. So uh, hats off to every single man and woman who is doing it. Yeah, like you go through pain. Yeah, you go through emotional breakdown, mental breakdown, and you just don't know how tomorrow is going to be. You are putting all this money into something and you don't know what the return is going to be. That's a huge sacrifice, and I think that's the spirit of entrepreneurs. Like you sacrifice yourself, and if it works out, then you get rewarded. If it doesn't, then you learn your lessons and go to something else, right? Yeah, yeah,
That's right. That's exactly right. I think that's some great advice, really, seriously, because it is that entrepreneurial, that
yeah,
becoming an entrepreneur takes a whole different mindset, and it's a
yeah,
whole bunch of challenges. So let's
yeah.
so looking back at your journey so far, what are
Mhm.
some of the biggest lessons you've learned?
Oh, those are so many. Even though I've just been going into this for a short while. Lesson number one: you need a mentor. You need somebody that knows how to do what you wanted to do. You need to be showed how to do things. Yeah, from I would say from setting up your LLC, setting it up properly. The things are very, very important, because This is the foundation of your business. It's like you're building a house. You know what the Bible says: if you're building a house on sand, it's gonna break down, right? So the foundation is very, very important. Lesson number one: the foundation has to be laid strongly with concrete, right? And then number two, I've learned that you are going to fail. You are going to fail in so many ways. Things are not going to work like the way you anticipate them to. Um, and then when that happens, you don't just stop. You don't just quit and start blaming people. Oh, you didn't do this for me, or did this happen because of you. You just go like, okay, what can I learn from this and become better? And I've learned that so much, with the situation of the car. That taught me a very big lesson. And to be honest with you, I wanted to go like, maybe I didn't start this at the right time of my life. Maybe I rushed it. So you can see, with that kind of thinking, you want to stop. You want to quit, right? um but yeah, I kept going. I took it as a lesson and just kept going. And um I can say I'm happy I did. Yeah.
Can you talk about some of your success? Because I know um, you were one of the clients that I had to talk to, and I've talked to several of my clients, but I was talked to you about the importance of getting on social media and how content was king. And so you finally took the plunge. Can you tell us, like, what has that done for your business?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that part. I almost forgot to talk about it. First of all, it freaked me out to be on camera speaking to myself. It's not my thing. I don't know how to do it. I don't like it. I don't love it, and and I don't want to do it. That was me, right? And to be honest with you, I didn't even have a TikTok account. And I know TikTok is huge with billions of users, but I wasn't on there because I didn't want to do it. And then here you are, and my coach, you are telling me, hey, if you want to do something meaningful with your business, you gotta talk to people. They have to know who you are. Uh, they have to find you here, and make sure that you let them know who you are. And you're not going to go knock on their doors like it's 1982. You have tools right now. You have social media. This is your number one tool to market to people. And okay, so I listened, and I did my first video on TikTok a few months ago. The moment it went online, I got a phone call, and somebody's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you were doing this. We need your service at our facility. Can we put you down as our contact for on call for our residents?" That was like my aha moment. Like, okay, so she was right. This this works. So and I've to be honest with you, I've been very, very lucky through that route. And I keep getting people contacting me to go drive them around. And I've been given really good reviews by those people. You can go on my socials and find those reviews, and people appreciate it. And there's no way I would have met them if I didn't use social media. So thank you so much for pushing me to do that. Um, yeah.
Look. Look, I keep telling them, they're still, I'm so proud of you. And some of my other clients who are doing it and are taking the plunge, and I keep telling everyone, there will be no NEMT startup coach without social media. There will be no MJ Reliable Transportation without social media. There will be no Bridgewell Services without social media, or Arc
Right.
Life Services and the rest. Social
Yeah.
media is a must in today's industry.
Yeah. That's true. 100%. Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about how many clients since you've officially launched, how many trips per week are you getting using our methods?
Okay, so I can say for sure that I've served several people, people that are just going through, because people call me. I'm going to the airport. Can you come get me? I do that, but now I have made so between, because I opened up officially to work on August, around August 10th, like everything is good up and running, right? And between then and now, I have about six customers that are like mine. They subscribe to me. I'm the one they call, even when they want to go to Walmart. So that's a huge milestone for me. I didn't know I was gonna be able to do that. Um, like, you know what they say, when you get one customer to buy something from you, you just made a sale. But when that customer comes back, you have built a brand. and
That's
and and when that customer tells other people about you, now you have a community, right? And that's the goal, and it's working for me. And I'm focused on on building that community.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love going
Yeah.
to your social and seeing you at your networking events. I'm like, go ahead,
Yeah,
Ben,
oh,
go
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I appreciate you sharing for me and pushing me always. It feels good, to have somebody in your corner that go like, yeah, go there now, cut this way, like, go straight, move forward. That it feels really good. If you love this journey, it's such a good feeling to have somebody like Coach Willena in your corner.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
I gotta be aware of your time because you got a client after this.
Yeah, I have to go pick up somebody. Yeah, they have an appointment.
Awesome. So you all make sure you all like this also. But let's end it on this note. If someone listening is just starting out their transportation business or any business, what advice would you give them to help shorten their learning curve?
Yeah. So number one is, don't try to do things your own way. If you do that, you're going to waste so much time and maybe money. That's the truth, because you're going to spend money and time on things that are not very important, especially in the beginning. So I can't stress this enough, how important to have somebody to guide you, somebody to show you, and like to build something properly for you from the beginning. I think it's the single most important thing for a startup. Yeah, it's like you starting a journey, and you don't know where you're going. Your phone is dead. You don't have any GPS, any map, so you're just driving the interstate. Think about that. You're not going to get there. You're going to take wrong exits and end up in dead ends and stuff like that. So you don't want to do that. So if I could advise anybody that's starting out on anything, um try as much as you can and invest in getting somebody to show you. Knowledge is the single most important thing in any field of life. Even the Bible says, my people are getting destroyed because of lack of knowledge.
Knowledge. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. So knowledge is what you need to seek for first. That's what I
That's
would say. Mhm.
Thank you. I love that. Hey, look, I'm so excited. Look, I'm so excited for you. Well,
Oh, thank
Ben,
you, Coach.
You are so welcome. I just want to thank you again for sharing your journey with us today. I know our listeners will definitely take some inspiration and a ton of value from what you've shared. So, for those who are wanting to connect with Bridgewell Services or learn more, can you let people know how they can contact you?
Yes, yes, yes. We have um, TikTok now. Sorry, never used to have TikTok, but we have TikTok. I'm on there as Ben Bridgewell Services. I'm also on Facebook under Bridgewell Services and Instagram under Bridgewell Services. You'll find us in there, and it's very easy to connect. Yeah.
Awesome. And what about your website? What's your website?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We also have a website which is bridgewellservices.com.
Say that one more time.
Bridgewellservices.com. Yeah.
Bridgewellservices.com. We love it. We love it. And so
Yes.
I just want to thank you for being here. And I know starting a business is never easy, but again, I commend you for your effort and even getting beyond that fear and taking that lunge to get on socials and to get out there and network and build your community because your efforts are truly showing off. And so I just want to tell you how much I have appreciated building your business with you and helping you to launch.
So thank you so much for everything that you've done for me and you continue to do for me. I appreciate you wholeheartedly, Coach. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. And I'll talk to you later. Call me when you need me. I'm here.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm counting on you on that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
uh, all right. You have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Oh, and hold on. I just wanted to hold on. There's got a couple of comments. Magra said hello and thank you for sharing your experience. And then
Hello,
Brandy,
Margaret.
says, congrats on your launch.
Hi,
Thank you.
Brandy. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
I know that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll see you next time.
Well, I will see you, Coach. You take care now. Bye bye.
All right, you too. Bye bye.
All right. Mhm.